Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Blaze, and today I'm going to be taking you through my first ever One Piece TCG Regionals experience. Right now it's Friday, and the tournament's going to start on Saturday, so we're going to try to get there early, and we're going to try to pull up to the Booster Box TCG's pre-regionals case tournament, see if we can win some cards, and meet up with some friends.
First place, Merrick Walker.
Yes, sir! Let's go!
Second place. Third place.
After Merrick's victory, we decided to go back to their hotel room and break open all of the boxes that he won at the case tournament.
There you go, I need one.
I'm gonna separate rares.
I need one.
Oh shit, you're sorting bulk? Dude, you got 3 boxes here, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of bulk to sort.
Yeah,
That's how I
that's a
do
lot.
That's how I do it.
How he does it.
Yep, this looks like a hit.
Oh shit. What we got?
Oh, Frankie!
Hey!
Let's go.
Love Frankie.
Goat knife.
Frankie
Another goat knife.
Good goat knife. Fire.
It's fire. It's a crack card.
Yo, SP Whitebeard! Holy shit!
Yo.
Dude, he's cracked. Because we pulled SP Whitebeard and Alt Frankie.
Let's go. We're so up.
We're so up. Here it is. It's the Rohan pack.
Is it?
What do we got?
Let's see.
Watch it match as well.
No, this is literally a leader pack.
Damn.
Oh, you just pulled all leader.
You're just pulling all
All leader.
All leader
There's a
alert.
Rohan pack.
Alright, I got 2 3-hit boxes. We're fucking chilling.
Who is it? I mean, Sugar.
Are we?
Is it cooked?
Are we pissing?
Kids.
We're pissing.
Let's go. Let's go. We're pissing. Pissing Whitebeard. Let's go.
Brandon!
Yo.
Congratulations on the
Let's
case.
go.
Thank you.
No side.
Let's go.
Thank you much.
Team No Side up already thanks to this guy.
Team No Side Up. Yo, sorry.
It's like
Oh, you were right.
Yo, chat.
Hey, yo.
Oh, Rebecca.
No, I got actually.
Oh, let's go.
Oh my god.
So for me, the case tournament was a little bit of a bust, but I think I've made the decisions and modifications to my list that are going to help me do better tomorrow. My first game was versus a Blackbeard, and I had gone down to only 2 of the Rush Luffys in my Shanks list. I think I needed to up that to 4, so I upped that to 4, but I cut a Building Snake. Next match was a Shank Mirror, I won that one, and then I went into a Dofi match where if I had had 1 Building Snake to reduce the power of his bounce law, I could have swung into that and been able to establish a Lucky Roo, but unfortunately, despite swinging my whole board at it, he was able to defend out of it and just kept tempo away from me. And after that, I added back in Building Snake. But what I did was I ended up taking out Roger, and I think that was a huge mistake because the next game I went into was versus a Control Shanks, who I had down at 0 life, was really hammering pressure with the Rush Luffys that I added. But he double blockered up with a Lucky Roo and a Tony Chopper, and if I had just had Roger, I would have instantly won the game, no question. Next game was Red Purple Luffy. Obviously I got destroyed, not much you can do about that. That's a 30% win rate matchup, it is what it is. And then the final round, my opponent didn't even show up. I feel like hopefully, because this list has kind of been refined through failure, it'll yield some better results tomorrow. So I'm probably gonna practice a couple games, sleeve up, my Rayleigh sleeves. Hopefully get to see lots of Rayleighs. And I'm gonna go to bed and we'll hope for some better results tomorrow.
This shit's wild. Look at that fucking pool in the lobby. Crazy. It does. I'm like, man, you could do a crazy cannonball off of it. Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see what we get.
Rose.
Oh, are they actually all just the same one?
I think they are. Audio.
Okay, they are the same one.
And then,
Okay.
what's the third one gonna be? A carrot?
A carrot or old?
A carrot? Boom!
Yeah.
Oh my god, the carrot. Yeah, of course.
Two cards that I don't run.
Oh shit, it's stuck in there.
I don't think any of the cards are running out.
There's a few actually that you can
The
play.
Nico Olivia is pretty sick.
So glad that you got Olivia, man.
That's fire. I mean, doubt it's worth anything, but it's cool.
I think
What's
it's actually
this?
worth something because it's ran in a deck.
A Rouge, there we go. Classic event pack.
I think a Rouge is like a fringe pick for Bonnie still.
I got the event pack limb.
Oh, nice. That's actually,
Yeah.
that's good.
Look, it's him. It's that guy. My celebrity crush, Menhootie.
Dude, I paid for my hotel right here.
There it is. You're up. After meeting up with everybody, cracking packs, doing a few trades, and getting some scrim games in, everyone was feeling pretty ready to get into the main event. Yeah, so, alright, we checked in, everybody got their packs, everybody opened their packs, bought some cards. The line outside, it's after 10. Round 1 is supposed to have already started like 20 minutes ago, but there's still hundreds of people out here all getting checked in by like 3 people. Who knows exactly when it's gonna start.
Alright, so round 1 was kind of a bust. I played into a Zoro. It was a super close game, but unfortunately my swing out math, I actually could have had it, but my swing out math was 1K off, and he ended up getting a 2K counter out of life and was able to defend out of my swings and then just go for game because I was only at 1 life when I swung at him. So is what it is. We're gonna try to do better in the next round.
Game 2 went a lot better. Got paired into a floofy. I only rolled 4 on the die roll, but then he actually rolled a 3. So he ended up having to take second, and then he saw his curve in the beginning, but okay, it just went into overtime. So I dropped a Rayleigh on him, and then I was just 10 cost, and there was no way for him to recover. So we're 1-1 right now. Okay, so we just wrapped round 3. It went really well. I took another win over another floofy, actually. So now that we're on round 3, they're opening up side events, and there's gonna be a break. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab some food, and then we'll get back to it. Hopefully keep the momentum up, and keep getting some wins. At this point, a lot of people were already X3 and dropping out of the main tournament, so the side event line was pretty active. Instead, I decided to grab some food and take the time to see what was going on at the shops a little more. The only other One Piece events I've been to did not have these large-scale vendors with such extensive inventory, so it
was honestly pretty cool to check out this many high value cards all in one place before jumping back into round 4. Round 4 was rough. Took an L to Blackbeard. Had a pretty good opening hand, but he just saw 3 My Era Begins, got stage, and just started cycling his deck. He had Burgesses at 10k by like turn 4 or 5, and he had 2 of them out. By the time I got my rushers out, but like by the time I was seeing top end, he was just so solidified in his board position that, you know, I couldn't really do much. And even though I was going second and I won the die roll, when I started slamming those 10 Shankses, he was just able to cancel them out with 10 beards. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens next.
Dudes, it's reps.
We gotta keep going now. So, yeah, we got Tom in 6th place, NG3 in 7th place. Who else is on there? Oh, Mini Pro. Well, wait, this was before he took his L. Okay, so this is from the last round.
Yeah, this is from the last round.
So these standings are not.
They're not updated yet. They won't be updated until you like get the new stand, get the new pairings.
I mean, we still got people in the top cut though, for sure. Kind of drops off after that. I'll spread a coconut.
Still seeing all the Shanks?
X1.
No, I played a blue team. I went first, so I went.
Mom is.
12 points X2.
They look big for me.
Oh, yeah. Well, this was X1 last round. All right, shit's been kind of hectic. We just got out of round 7. I'm 5-2 right now. I just won the last 2. It was a Eustace Kid, yellow, and an Usopp. I got good turn order on both of them. Saw my curve on both of them. High rolled pretty hard. Finally started seeing my Rayleighs. Let's just hope shit continues in this direction. My early game tiebreakers are not looking good, but it is what it is. We'll see where we end up. All right, it was a little bit of a tragic ending there. Ended up going 6-4. Lost to a Blackbeard and then lost a mirror match back to back. I think we might still get some prizing, and I also signed up for a side event, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, a little bit rough. We're sitting in the circle of disappointment. Everybody went like X4. Where's my results?
Yeah, it was like I didn't have to think about it.
Look at that. That's an L. Shout out to Clyde.
No. I only have one hat.
I'm like
It's signed by
163. The circle of sadness. Wow. But there's side events though.
I'm going to the aquarium tomorrow.
There's side events though. After a respectable but somewhat disappointing finish in the main event, I went back to the hotel and began crafting new lists for my decks for side events the next day. I decided to play Lucci, and I had Usopp as my backup, especially after seeing Nick's strong performance with it, bringing him into top cut. I decided to go for the hybrid both Kuzan and Laboon build for Lucci. It seems like having that much cost minus that could be clutch, but also the ability to get the card draw is strong. Day 2, side events and top cut. Let's go. Fuck no. Did you make top cut? That's what I thought. luck ended up being pretty cracked on participation, and I actually ended up getting double hits on both of my sets of 6 participation packs. The tragedy. Immediate locals friendly fire. Immediate locals friendly fire.
Had to be.
Wah,
We all
wah.
signed up the same pod.
Everyone's in the same pod. Chris is right next to me. We got poofy mirrors.
Lots of dice rolls. Love to see it.
Yep, you love to see it. I ended up winning basically nothing from side events, considering that the prize wall was closing by the time I even did finish my side events, and my record wasn't great anyway. I decided to just convert the few tickets I had into booster packs, which had nothing in them, and then hit the vendors up one last time to trade in some high-value Union Arena cards, as well as my pulls from regionals, towards either a Manga Sabo or a Treasure Cup Zoro. At first I couldn't decide, but I ended up choosing the Zoro. Made a good deal, good trades with a little bit of cash on top, and with that, it was time to leave Virginia Beach and head back home. Alright, so I made it back home to my studio in Maryland. Regionals is now over. I've completed my first ever run at an in-person regional, and I have to say overall I had a really good time. I was a little bit disappointed in my performance towards the end of my run. I was X2 going in around 9, and I lost 2 rounds both in a row. My tiebreakers were awful, so I ended up finishing somewhere around 180th place, I believe. I think it was 183rd, when I could have very easily been top 128 with my record. That was a little bit disappointing, but I think it definitely taught me a lot, and there were 2 games specifically I can think of where I talked to my opponent and I learned how I could have improved my play in those games, and how I totally had a win condition and a state where I could have won the game, particularly my first match against Zoro, if I had swung out my lethal math a little bit differently and pushed my 6k rush Luffy's out without Dawn on them and attached everything onto my Searcher at the end, and then swung leader, swung Searcher, I would have been able to get all the 2Ks out of his hand, and I would have won that match 100%. I confirmed that with him after it was done. The other one was, there was a mirror match where I never blocked with my Lucky Roo the whole time. I kept like waiting to have the most optimal possible time to block, where I could block a hit while also KOing something that hadn't swung yet, and it was just way too greedy and it got Beckman'd. And if I had just blocked with it and traded for the KO, he would have had one less swing on me later on in the game, and I probably would not have lost that game. So I definitely feel like I improved a lot as a player. I know a lot of people had other issues with the event, the prize wall situation. For side events, a lot of people had issues with the fact that they took it to win a box. People also had an issue with. Personally, I think that makes sense, because what's the point of giving out tickets for an event where the prizing is already out anyway? But yeah, overall, regardless, it was really just a cool experience to go out there and play in an event like this with all the friends I've made playing this game over the last year. I've never really played competitive TCGs like this before, so it was a new experience, and it was really fun to just hang out with the whole community. I gotta say shout out to Chris for letting me stay with him. Shout out to Min Hootie. Really good YouTube videos. If you're not already watching his stuff and subscribed to him, you definitely should be. Shout out to Nam, who finished top 64. Shout out to Tom Folks, who finished top 32. Shout out to Nick Mini Pro, who ended up borrowing some copies of King Kong Gun from me to make his crazy King Kong spam Usopp build, which ended up finishing top 8. Shout out to Merrick, who won the case tournament. Shout out Vintar for making us all shirts. Rohan, Bazi, Aiden, just so many people. And if I forgot to shout you out, I'm sorry. Shout out to all my opponents. You guys were all awesome and super, super friendly and made it feel so chill, despite the fact we were all playing for such high stakes in this big tournament where we can go to Nats and everything. I think this card game has just an absolutely incredible community, and I've never been a part of anything like this, so it's been a really, really positive experience for me getting into a card game like this for the first time. I've played Magic in the past, I've played Yu-Gi-Oh in the past. I think those communities absolutely pale in comparison to the One Piece community. Not to hate on the games, I think they're great games, but there's a massive difference in the way people treat each other between these games. So yeah, thank you to everybody who was at the Virginia Beach Regionals for making it a really, really positive first time experience for somebody who's never played in these larger TCG tournaments before. And I really, really can't wait to do another one now. Finishing so close to greatness has me itching to get a top 32 now. And I feel like if I keep improving on my game and I keep grinding at locals, entering some of these May Treasure Cups, I feel like I could maybe do it on the next one. So I'll see you guys there, and thanks for watching, everybody.